All right, so I didn't realize this was going to be kind of a theme show because we write our editorial before the week starts, and so it was all about freedom of speech. Then the assassination occurred, so this is turning into a theme show. But it is kind of interesting that this guy was shot, and he's been on our show, been on my podcast. I talk to him, I like him, I like everybody. I talk to everybody.
Okay, it's a few days now since the champion of free speech was taken out, shot, assassinated, depending on how you want to put it. If you've always been watching his speeches, his debates, you will know what he stands for and his viewpoints about people that do not look like him. If you go on YouTube, there are tons and tons of people making compilation of videos of the things that he said. And it is funny again that the last thing that he said before he shot is shocking. His last words. Can you imagine that that is what the last things you said before you were taken out? Never to ever speak again. Never to ever live this life, this beautiful life. The last thing that came out of your mouth was nothing good. The last words that came out of your mouth was being thrown at a particular group of people. And that was when, let's go on. I'm not going to try and paraphrase him. Let's go and check what he said, his last words.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
Oh my God.
Go, run.
The last thing Charlie Kirk talked about before he was shot dead was gun violence. Kirk was hosting his Prove Me Wrong table on a tour in Utah when an audience member asked him this question: do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the past 10 years? Kirk's answer was too many. The same audience member then said the answer was 5 and asked Kirk if he knew how many mass shooters in total America had seen in the last 10 years. Kirk's response was a question, and it was the last thing he ever said.
Counting or not counting gang violence? Great.
You see? Counting or not counting gang violence. The question was just people who have been killed by gun violence. That was the question. But he was now trying to single out a particular group of people. And that was the last thing that he said on this guy.
Oh my God.
Just seconds later, a gunshot rang out, and Kirk appeared to be struck near the head while the crowd around him panicked and fled.
Not from a single mother, not from a single father, not from a school dropout, but from a Trump-supporting family. Apparently, a Mormon family. It's a Mormon family. My bad for that. But you can see that even after the shooting, fingers were being pointed at different people. It's almost like you have shit on your face and you are laughing at somebody who has dust on their face.
One witness later said they thought the shooting was part of a performance, given it happened right as Kirk was talking about gun rights.
I was watching from pretty close up, and I heard a pop, and I thought, no, that nobody's shooting firecrackers, right? This is the middle of the day. And then I watched a fountain of blood come out of the side of his neck like a water fountain.
Kirk is one of the most famous conservative activists and media personalities in the US.
No, I'm doing my video. Guys, I'm just asking. I know you're there. I'm not looking for you. I'm just asking.
You call like Sigita.
We now hear that the killer, the shooter, the alleged shooter, was in a relationship. His lover was a transgender individual transitioning from male to female. That's the latest news. And this was the same individual that texts were sent to his so-called roommate regarding the rifle and casings. Rita Panahi.
Yes, Tyler Robinson's partner is cooperating with the FBI. He's been helpful, is what's been reported. And
that is a fat lie. Sky Australia is no different from Fox News. The guy who showed the messages from his text to the police is his roommate, not his partner, not a transgender. Sky News Australia. Oh my God.
And yeah, he is trans. Is just another development. It adds an extra layer to what could have motivated this guy. But this guy, if he is the culprit, and the authorities are very confident.
But this guy, if he's the guy he confessed to his dad. What is wrong with these people? These people are actually worse than these kids doing these shootings. His roommate is not a transgender. It's not his partner. The guy confessed to his dad. His dad phoned the police. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? And the thumbnail says, the left is lying about Charlie Kirk's killer. What? Where are these people getting this information from?
They have their man. He's told us why he's done this. There's a lot of conjecture that the left is bending over backwards, trying to cast some doubt about whether this was a politically motivated assassination, when there is zero doubt, because the killer told us why he did it.
He told you? The killer told this woman why he did it. Maybe she has something that we do not know. What did he
shy about
tell
saying
her?
Why he did it. And if we don't accept reality, if we don't face up to the truth, we're not going to get past this point. And worse than trying to cast doubt about what motivated this killing are those dishonest actors. Sometimes they're just dishonest, sometimes they're stupid. I really don't care which one's which, but they lied. They have fabricated pictures.
Where do these people come from? This woman. You have already said everything that you've said in your What's the name as Sky News host Rita Panahi has blasted the left for spreading misinformation about Charlie Kirk's killer. Where this is she actually is this woman a human being? And the way she speaks, the left lie, well, actually stupid though. Where is she coming from?
Of the suspect in a Trump shirt. They've tried to cast him as some sort of MAGA individual, Republican, just because his family happened to be church-going religious conservatives. This guy is the black sheep of the family. The family have said, he's been off the left, and I think it just shows...
His family has said he's off the left. Where are these people getting this information from? The grandma is saying that, no, my grandson was the best of the best. He could not even kill a fly. There are pictures of him and his family, very, very happy. They used to go gun shows. He had a 4.0 GPA, had a scholarship. He was a third-year student at an electrical college. Where are these people getting this information from? And the way she speaks,
James, that just growing up in a conservative religious family doesn't necessarily immunise you or protect you from this
absolutely, James.
Poisonous doctrine.
And I mean, look, Rita, everybody out there, everybody on the stage, we know families are complicated. You have different people come from the same parents and the same.
These people have no shame. These people have no shame.
Environment and just different things sort of wind up happening to them over the course of life. And that is just life. But the gaslighting, the unbelievable gaslighting that we have had, and I see this coming from all quarters of the left. It's not just the ones who are celebrating gleefully his death. And I'm going to be talking a bit later in the program about people who've been losing their jobs as a result of this, and why that's actually not a bad thing. But this idea that, and you see these posts, I see them all the time. He was a conservative. He was brought up a Mormon. He grew up in Utah. His parents were...
What is there that is a lie from what he just said? The family is a Mormon, grew up in Utah, lived in Utah. The family, they're all conservative, voted for Trump. Successful family, lived in a 600,000 six-bedroom house, had a scholarship, went to university just for one term, dropped out, and is a third-year student at an electrical college. So what is the lie?
Cops, this, that, the other thing. To suggest that, every single one of these things says, except that, even The Guardian. So when you read it in The Guardian, and they're telling the truth about it. You know, this is the truth. They said they talked to people who were friends of the family. They said he was incredibly radicalized. They said that a few years ago he really started to, and I think, well, you know, we need to talk about universities and just what's happening on our university campuses right now that people get so.
Listen, people, this guy went to university. That was for one term only. One term only as a freshman, and he dropped out. He is now a third-year college student at an third-year electrical college student. So that means he went to university 4 years ago when he was what? So 4 minus, he's 22 or is he 21? So he went there when he was what, 18? And these people are trying to tie that to him being indoctrinated at uni when he spent just one semester. And by the way, you know, the first semester at uni as a freshman, what do? You just drink, you just get high. That's all you do. You don't even have time to go to any seminar that is going to indoctrinate you, because all you want to do is spend time with your friends, go out, chill, nightclub, hang out with your friends, and he dropped out. So what are they trying to say?
So radicalized on them. But that he talked about Charlie Kirk.
He was radicalized 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And they might omit the part where the family member said a couple of days ago, he came in for dinner and he said Charlie Kirk is coming to Utah, and he really disliked Charlie Kirk. He might omit this one.
Talked about the right, he talked about fascism, he talked about trans stuff. Now we know why there's an angle on the transgender side there, because of course if he's had this relationship. But it is anything.
Yo, there's no way, there's nowhere, there's nothing said that he had his partner was transgender. They are trying by all possible means to tie this to a different group of people. They are not really accepting that this is one of ours. One of ours, just like it happens all the time, has committed this most, I don't know how I can describe it, because no matter what, the guy was going around saying, hating people, seeing people like people who don't deserve to be on earth. He has never killed anybody. That's one thing we should accept. He speaks, but he doesn't kill. And the worst crime you can ever do is to take a life. Because don't forget, if Charlie Kirk was alive, maybe he in the future might change. We know members of the Ku Klux Klan would at the end change their views and became good people. How do you become a good person? You become a good person by actually having some empathy, seeing people just like you see yourself. What did Jesus Christ say? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Your neighbor is anybody. Your neighbor is not only the person that you know. Your neighbor is that person that you meet on the road that needs food, that needs clothing, that is begging for water. That is your neighbor. Because what did Jesus Christ say? On the last day, when I will tell you that I knocked on your door and I was thirsty and you gave me water, you'll be like, I never saw you. And Jesus will be like, that person, you remember? That white woman, that black woman, that old man, that child who asked you for water, that was me. Because in every human being, I am in them. In every human being, I am in them. My father sent me to the world just like you. I was born. I was incarnated by the Virgin Mary, if you believe. And I was born just like you. I ate just like you. I preach in the synagogue just like you. I live among people just like you. I was condemned, crucified just like you. I was killed. I was buried. But because I was the Son of Man, I rose again according to the scriptures. And I ascended into heaven. So I was just like you. So there's no point calling another person evil, telling another person that you do not belong, telling another person that I'm better than you, because that person is just like the Jesus that you claim that you worship. And what did Jesus say? Do not judge, because if you judge, you also will be judged. As long as you are a human being living in this earth, we are all fallible to sin. We are all not perfect. We are all sinners. And that's why Jesus Christ, even Jesus Christ asked for baptism. What is baptism? Wash away my sins. Cleanse me of my iniquities. That was Jesus teaching us that As a human being, we are all sinners. No human being is perfect. That is why we pray all the time. We say, Father, forgive me. That's why we say our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who trespass against us. That is the prayer we say every day. And somebody like Charlie Kirk was telling other people that you are not worth it. If I see you as somebody not capable, even though you are a qualified pilot. I question you. I go to a supermarket, the black lady trying to serve me, I start to question, is she even qualified to serve me? She is there to serve you. If she's not there, how are you going to buy your groceries? But instead of appreciating the long hours that she's spending trying to serve you, you question her. You tell a Palestinian young boy that Palestine do not exist. And the boy say, what do you mean? You say, prove to me that Palestine exists. Meanwhile, you know that these are people. These are people just like you. 2 hands, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, 2 feet, 2 hands. Some questionable what they have got below. Some tried, but they are all human beings. Let God be the judge. Let God be the judge. Do whatever you're doing to make your money, but try not to insult people. Have some empathy. You said empathy was a made-up word. You said black people were supposed to be slaves for life. You said ending slave was a mistake. Slavery was a mistake. What do you expect people to behave like when you are faced with because what people first understand is they know. A lot of these people, they know. But that's how they make money. Once we die, we can never come back to correct the things that we have said or the things that we were doing. And also there's accountability. The words that come out from my mouth. If I die today, people will think of what I used to say or what I used to do. And people will recount the bad ones and some will recount the good ones. So you guys cannot expect people to forget all the things that you used to say. How can you, a father, say that if somebody raped your 10-year-old daughter, you allow your 10-year-old daughter to give birth to that kid? You have not only destroyed 1 life, you're destroying 2 lives, because that 10-year-old is going to be stressed, is going to be angry, is not going to be happy with the child. That is how you start to create generational curse. Because once she's 10 years, she was raped, the trauma, how do you even sit there as a father and say that? Instead of saying that if somebody does that to my daughter, I will hunt that person. That is the answer. I will forget. I'll say, don't even think of that. Please don't even think of that. But let's just say if that happened, I will hunt that person who did that to the ends of this world. Because I know you've destroyed my child. I know you've brought up a child that is, if at all you say you'll go through with the pregnancy, I know you're bringing a child in this world who is going to be angry. Because when that child would discover that this is how I managed to come to this world, by somebody doing this to my mom when my mom was 10, the child also becomes angry. And by the way, the mom is going to be rare for the mom to be happy with that child. Because when I was 10, I shouldn't have had you. You probably destroyed my life. Having you destroyed my life. Having you has given me nightmares that I would die with. When you speak these words, the words that come out of your mouth will live with you forever. That's why we say we have to be mindful with the things that we say. And the things that we say, people are going to never forget. Especially if you see other human beings as like shouldn't exist. People will say he was a champion of free speech. What is free speech if you keep creating pain, insulting people? And it's so funny how when that happened, they all thought it was going to be somebody from a different side, from not from their own side. They were all going crazy. Civil war. It's a trans. It's a this. They, and all of a sudden, oops, it's ours. Now, what should we do? Instead of saying that, you know what, it's ours. Because what is the best way to actually heal is to accept. Take accountability of your actions. Accept, because that's the only way you heal. You cannot heal if you are denying what happened, reality. It's like they're denying reality. They are trying to paint it. It's like you're trying to paint. You're trying to paint shit on your face instead of washing the shit. You're trying to cover up the shit with makeup. It's still going to sting. And the more paint you put on the shit that is on your face, it's the more you make it look disgusting. The best way is to wash it. Wash your face. Just say, yes, you know what? One of us went astray. One of ours went astray. Again, let's go back to Jesus. What happened to Jesus? He was sold by one of his, not by an outsider. The person who sold Jesus was one of his. And what did that person do? He actually went and hung himself. Sorry for that. He didn't even spend the money. But guess what Jesus did? Jesus forgave him. Judas Iscariot. But these guys are trying to pay. These people who are on these big social media platforms, these people reading this news, these are the people causing all this havoc. Because when something like this happened, everybody know the truth. Everybody know what happened. They are twisting it. And there are some stupid people in this world who do not use their brain. They see, but their brain doesn't function. Some people will start to say, yeah, it's a conspiracy, it's this. He was indoctrinated, it was this. No. Just go to the root of the problem and solve it from there. You cannot try to solve the problem from the branches. You cannot go to the root. Where did these people get this information? I don't know.
They will do anything they can to prevent themselves owning the fact. And I'll tell you, we got to be careful, because I'm not somebody who subscribes to the words equals violence thing. That's the left thing. But these are the same people who have
That's the left thing. Words equal. Wow. And some people are losing their job for speaking the truth. And these people are still having their job and spreading this garbage.
pumping people, everybody, through this message that Donald Trump is a fascist. People like Charlie Kirk are fascists. They're an imminent threat to democracy, the democratic way of life, the American republic, freedom, liberty, all of these things.
Well, when you say...
and when they do that, that creates the existential threat, that creates a circumstance where this happens.
I don't think we...
Listen, if you go around saying things that annoys people from all corners of this planet, if you're going around pushing this narrative, like calling people not fully humans, should have been slaves, should have remained slave, Palestinian doesn't exist, what do you expect you're doing? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Put yourself in their shoes and just think for 1 minute. How are those people seeing you? What are they thinking when they hear you say the things that you're saying? And this news station, God.
You have to be shy about saying that at all. There's clear incitement for this crime.
Yeah.
There's clear incitement for this crime.
Incitement for the assassination attempt against Donald Trump. There's clear incitement when you say words of violence. You rationalize responding with violence. When you call someone a fascist, when you call someone hateful, when you falsely malign them as all sorts of things and assign to them all sorts of beliefs they don't even...
You know, sometimes when you listen to these people, you just wonder what goes in their brain and how they sleep at night. Have they not listened to Charlie Kirk? Have they not listened to Charlie Kirk? Did they not listen when Charlie Kirk said Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Oprah Winfrey, they are stupid? He called them stupid. That is somebody who dropped out from college. Because people try to say he's very smart these days. If you drop out from college at the age of 18 and you start doing the same thing that Charlie Kirk was doing, people will see you as smart. If you drop out from, like for example, if I start today, start saying, insulting people, I will spend time to read. Because I say he's a master debater. It's just because he says what he wants to say. And he just insults people. He has no, as he said, no empathy. You know, once you have no empathy, you will come across as somebody who is very, very intelligent because your mouth has no boundary. Nothing is off the table for you to say. And somebody it's like they say an empty vessel is the loudest. It's like, what's it? An empty vessel make the loudest noise. Yes, an empty vessel make the loudest noise. Reading books and just speaking. And don't forget that when it comes to social media, consistency is key. Consistency is a success. If anybody at that age, 17, you just have to have the power. It's all about power, which I will give it to him. You have to have the power and the consistency to carry on pushing what you are saying. If you push that hard enough, it starts to stick. And also, if you can find people who can support you, because remember, it's all about support. You need that support. You need people to support you with money. All of a sudden, you seem to be one of the most influential people. But it's so funny how they are trying to twist this. This was committed by one of yours, even the governor of Utah. Let's find out what the governor said.
3 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for.
So you see, they all had hope and wish that it would have been maybe a trans, a gay person, Hispanic, an immigrant, a black person, other than a white person, and was from a Trumpy supporter family, a gun-loving family. That is a person who killed one of theirs. The governor was hoping and praying because they were going to go hard on other races. But it didn't happen.
In front of his family because he was having a debate. Why would you want those sorts of people in your country?
And let's make the point, James, that Zali Steggall...
Who are these people? The guy is an American, born and bred. Everything is America. Who is he talking about? Why do you want some of those people in your country? What is he talking about? Are we talking about the same incident? Is she talking about a different incident? Is she talking about a different Tyler? Is she talking about somebody else who killed Charlie Kirk? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with this woman with her funny voice? So, he now wants Donald Trump to deport the Robinson family. She is asking now for the Robinson family to be deported. Deported where? Mormon. Why? Damn.
Placed former Prime Minister Tony Abbott.
When you see things like this, there's no point watching them. There's no point watching this all. There's no point. That is why this thing would never change. They keep saying that their kids are being indoctrinated. No, they are the ones, because their kids are sitting there listening to like this lady speak and asking themselves like, I think the guy who shot Charlie Kirk is white and an American from Utah. He's not a foreigner. never been a foreigner. Pure, clean, white American family. What is she talking about? It starts to mess up their brains because they are seeing something and you guys are telling them something else. It's almost like you guys are telling them, do not look that, do not look that. Your eyes are lying to you. Just take what I'm telling you. What you saw is not the truth. It's an illusion. It doesn't exist. What I'm telling you, what I'm trying to paint exists. That is what these people are. They are the ones indoctrinating their children. And even when they say indoctrinate, who are the teachers? Or do they mean that in America, only people from the left are teachers in colleges? All the professors are from the left. There are no professors from the right who can counter, who can de-indoctrinate those children. Is that what you're trying to say? So you guys are trying to tell us that everybody from the left are just dumb, that they can never be teachers or professors. And that is why when you send your kids to schools that have only left-leaning professors and teachers, they then indoctrinate your kids. Send then your own people to school so they can be teachers and professors and teach them well. And teach them in the way that your Jesus claimed. Anyway, people, man, these people, what can we say? What can we say? Anyway, I'm out. Let me go to the gym. I've also got, I'm a personal trainer, by the way. I'm doing this because I like to watch YouTube. So if I'm watching YouTube, spending my time, I will make videos, reaction, D1W1, click and react. Don't forget, smash that subscription button, like the video. I am not saying anything. I am just reacting and saying what my ears are hearing and what my eyes are seeing. I am not telling you guys that I think it should be like this. I am just reacting and making my opinion, which is not fact. It's not a fact. It's just, I'm commenting. I'm reacting to what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. So I would much appreciate if you like this video, comment and come back. Let's just watch and react. And actually use your brain just a tiny bit. When our eyes see something, when our ear hears something, let's just use our brains. Like what this woman is saying. She is saying something that do not exist, did not happen. You are telling us that the person who shot Charlie Kirk should not be in America, but he's white. He's an American, a Mormon. Parents support Trump. The whole family supports Trump. The grandma came out and said, we are all Trump voters. Right? His roommate is not his partner. So where are all these things coming from? And very soon you guys will say what is the word they use? Legacy media. Legacy media. When people sit like this and say stuff like this, no doubt is Sky News Australia, a parent broadcast of Fox News. I'm starting to get a little confused. I better go. But don't forget to subscribe to D1W1 React. Click and react. D1W1 click and react. Let's keep watching. Let's keep talking. America, your problem is guns. Guns. And you guys probably should stop always talking about Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, my Lord and Savior. When you do not behave like the way Jesus asked us to behave, the first thing you should ask yourself, am I loving my neighbor as I love myself? That's the question that was asked of Jesus. What can I do to enter the kingdom of heaven? The rich person, the person asked Jesus. You guys like quoting books. What did Jesus answer to that person? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is not the person you know. Your neighbor is any other person apart from you. Go love your neighbor as you love yourself. Leave it, just leave it there. Don't complicate. Don't overcomplicate things. Just love your neighbor as you love yourself. See yourself in every person you meet. If you see yourself in every person you meet, you will love them as you love yourself. Don't give them everything that you own. Because loving your neighbor is just a tiny thing. Just see them like human beings. That's all. Don't speak so evil about them unless they do something evil to you. And even then, in the New Testament, it's not an eye for an eye. Jesus said, forgive people 77 times 77. It is 77,000 times 77. That's how you forgive one person. How many times are you going to meet that one person to forgive them? 77,000 times 77. It's rare. Jesus is just saying forgiveness is eternal. I think I'm beginning to preach. All right, let me go, guys. Peace out.